Not as much success for our Chicago Bulls in the first half of this game as the last game. They find themselves down by 13 to the Indiana Pacers right now. The Bulls just got to get stuff together. They're scoring pretty well at times, but again, like we talked about with this team, it comes down to the half-court defense. But we're going to talk about it more in depth and more. Hang out a little bit right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I am the host here, Haize, but man, this it started off really good. It started off really good for the Chicago Bulls in this game, and it fell off a cliff very quickly, much like we've seen with the Bulls many times over the last few years. The Bulls just don't hold stands very well. When a team goes on like a long run or something like that, it really does throw the Bulls off historically. Now, the Bulls seem out of sync. They do not seem as in sync as what they have had the last few games. That's definitely going to be a struggle for the team if they can't get back in sync. They got to find a way to get their shit together. That's just what it comes down to. This team has to find a way to get his shit together today. Otherwise, they're going to lose this game against the Pacers. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That may sound better. Still trying to figure it out. But and the Bulls just got to get that together, man. They got to find a way to get their shit together. If they don't, it's going to continue to be an ugly game for the Bulls. And one thing you can always look at as well with this team is when it's working versus not working for them. It just comes down to how well they're passing and moving the ball around. Right now, the Bulls aren't moving the ball around very much at all. We looked at the first half and the second half of the last game and how, you really had a lot of movement around. Right now, the Bulls have 18 assists. They have 18 assists. They have 8 turnovers. They have created 45 points off their assists, but it's just really bad like that, man. They got to get it together. They got to get it together. And this goes back to what we've talked about with this team, right? This is why, like, when I didn't mean to like yuck anybody's yum or shit in anybody's salad or anything like that. But when some Bulls fans were getting a little excited about that win yesterday, I'm like, well, let's keep this in perspective. Like, it still is against the Spurs. And so the Bulls have to really kind of figure out a way to sustain some type of level of play, and they just haven't done that yet. And this is going on for years for this team, which they haven't really found a way to sustain any type of style of play or level of play, not style of play, level of play. And it just becomes ugly when you do that. The Pacers have only turned the ball over 3 times. They're shooting the ball 56% from 3, 56% from the field, 57% from 3. And that's just, listen, what the way that the Bulls defense is set up, unless their offense is playing elite, they can't give up numbers like that while they're shooting 53% from the field themselves and 36% from 3. We got to be better than that. We know we're a team that lives and dies by the 3. We know that. We've been that for a while now. That's not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. They got to get this shit together if they want to win this game. We gave up 36 points in the paint in that first half of that game. And much like we did yesterday against the Spurs, when the Bulls put out that smaller lineup out there, the Pacers cooked on it. They completely cooked it. So the Bulls are gonna have to try to find something out, man. They're gonna have to try to find a way to get something together if they want it, man. Our high point man has 10. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Big Sheffler says, love the background. Appreciate that, Brody. I'm not blaming it on Kobe being back. Pacers defense is stopping us, and we're trying to hang on there, but we need a point leader in situations like this. Agree. Completely agree with you. I no notes on that one. We do. And that goes back to what I talked about yesterday, is that the Bulls have no half-court bag at all. They don't have any half-court bag at all. And that's going to be something that continually hurts this team against any teams that play decently well. And, it's unfortunate, but we'll see what comes about it, man. We'll see if they can get it together. Matt Man's still doing decent with the Matt. Yeah, 8 points in 12 minutes, 2 of 5 from the field. Both of those made shots being threes. He got 3 assists, 1 rebound, 1 block. That block by Modest was really, really good. Really, really good. Love the background fan. You get those logos custom made somewhere. I made them. Me. Chicago Bulls only have 3 timeouts left, and we still got a second half to play. I didn't think about that. That's crazy. Hey, Haize, love the new setup. Are you going to make a Sky video? Yeah, of course. Of course. Chicago Sky Central is just dormant right now. We're going to pick up. I already got some things that I wanted to talk about. So yeah, we'll probably get a Sky video out over the weekend. I would say it's probably a safe bet there. We look gas halfway through the second quarter. I know this is a back-to-back, but damn, they get paid too much to not be conditioned enough to play 2 straight nights. And yeah, and can you really say that Kobe didn't play last night? Lonzo didn't play last night? Like, so you should still have some type of legs, right? And it's not like you didn't. What the hell? And it's not like you didn't completely kill the Spurs, right? Chris Carvinio, we're cheeks at home. I'm just going to say it. We're better a road team. Hey. We are playing terribly, and we must find balance in our starting bench lineups. I'm not a fan of running 10 to 11 deep. I'm not a fan of having lineups with 3 trash defenders in at all times. I mean, we really don't. Most of our team is trash defenders, though. That's the problem in all this. It's like, that's weird. But yeah, most of our team is bad defenders. So we're only going to be able to do so much. Like, I mean, just to be honest, we can only do so much in the case. Like, we can only cover up so many people. Am I the only one that cringes every time Giddey shoots the 3 ball? I mean, Giddey started off the season. And remember when Giddey was shooting like 48% from 3 to start the season? He's all the way down to 34%. It's still the highest percentage of his career, and he's still taking the most of his career, so he's still technically growth, but man. Kudos to Miles for demonstrating true heart and determination. Definitely. Love the gremlin singing in your. What are you talking about? Nobody's singing in it. What are you talking about? I swear, bald-headed people just be saying weird shit. Also, Billy doesn't have the fire I want from a coach. When players do stupid shit, he just calls a timeout. I need bro to yell like we see certain coaches do. The city needs that fire like Tibbs again. I mean, yeah, but there's only so many people. So many people they're gonna be able to coach and have that level of fire. There was a period of time last year where Kobe was at the top of the league in charges drawn. What the fuck happened? Hey, you know what? Somebody needs to go back and look. After Kobe White's shoulder injury, did he I think that's where we saw a change with the number of charges he was drawing. Haize, wow, Haize, you look taller now with the new set. I did zoom out the camera, so like it was on. It was fairly close in the last camera, but now that I've opened up the wall more, I think that I zoomed out some more, so maybe that's why. And also, the background is like it looks like it's further away because I'm not as zoomed in, so that changed the perspective of it as well. You lucky I live in Australia, otherwise I'd be coming to steal your Bulls logo. Hey, Loki would be ready for you. I don't know if you want to do that. I don't know if you really want them problems. Don't know if you want those problems. Torrey Craig hasn't been playing late. Well, remember, Torrey Craig didn't start off the season playing. Only reason Torrey Craig really got in the lineup is because we had so many people out injured. When Julian was down, Patrick Williams was down. So now that we've gotten most everybody back, and with the way that Modest Bucilis has been playing, it's really kind of phased out Torrey Craig in that lineup. This is what it kind of comes down to. What does Modest got to do to earn himself a starting spot? Oh, well, he got to play better defense to get himself a starting spot. And just got to be more consistent. Like, it's going to take time. I get it that we live in a microwave society and whatnot, but it's going to take time. Like, he's not just going to become a starter right away. We need a big game in the third. I mean, we'll see if we can get one. We'll see if we can get one. Mata's shooting in the starting to make me feel confident every time. He's looking like a sniper and he pulls up confident. I love it. I don't hate on P. Will, but he finishes the plays P. Will loses the ball on. I mean, Peter Patton and Modest has talked a lot about how much he's working with Peter Patton. And I think that really has a big impact as well on what we're seeing from Modest Bucilis right now. So, when we talk about development, we gotta acknowledge that Peter Patton is starting to really work on some things. Billy Donovan, the last coach standing, the Bulls notorious for punk slip Christmas presents, the possibilities. Pink slip Christmas presents, I guess what you mean by there. We haven't fired a coach on Christmas in a long time. Long time. Could be coming. Could it be coming? Hey, should we be happy or mad since the Bulls losing? However you feel is the right way to feel. I'm always going to root for my team to win personally, but I know the people that look at every win as a loss and loss as a win. I understand the Bulls' limitations defensively, but hopefully offensively they can find a way to limit turnovers and take more consistent shots in the second half. I mean, attacking the paint. I mean, that's really what they did, but it's going to be much harder than like they did against the Spurs because the Pacers have Miles Turner. And so, Vooch isn't necessarily, I'm not saying Vooch is nullified, right? Because I won't say that. Vooch can find a way to score, but it's not going to be the same impact that he had last. Like, Vooch is efficient. He's 2 for 3 today, but he's only taken 3 shots. And we've seen that we need Vooch to score more than that for us to really be an effective offense. So, will you have a sky background as well? Also, the Bulls look lethargic, sadly. So, unfortunately, I have no more room for any more heads. And so, no. I mean, this is the background. So, unfortunately, not, but still a dope background. But yeah, no, I will not have a separate background for the sky. I mean, I guess I have a space here, but you wouldn't see it. Like, I have a space there, I guess, for a sky logo, but yeah. So it was either put all 3 logos and no LED bars, and the LED bars are synonymous with the setup. So this is it. I'm just not finding out about your NBA channel, man. You go hard for us. Thanks, bro. Hey, listen, I do this because I love it, man. That's what it comes down to. I do it because I love it. It's only a matter of time before Indiana gets it together. You don't go to the ECF by mistake and still have the same team. I mean, let's not act like we haven't seen it happen for teams before, but I mean, the Pacers were always a team that lived and died by its offense, right? So if they can get back in rhythm, Tyrese Halliburton has not really been himself for the majority of the season. So always a chance of them turning it around. What's your assessment of Modest potential upon reaching this? I mean, we haven't even made it through the first season yet, bro. I have no idea. None. I mean, I know who Modest is coming in. Like, there's been nothing to change for the negative, right? I'm saying there's nothing been changing for the negative from what I looked at Modest and what he can be in the draft. Like, he has the chance to be a modern day point forward. He can pass, he can rebound, he can shot block, he can high fly his shots coming along. Like, if Modest Bucilis, and I said this during my draft analysis of Modest, keep in mind, Modest Bucilis was one of the 3 players I wanted the Bulls to draft. It was Tajon Saloon, Modest Bucilis, and Khalil Ware. Those are the 3 players that I had. If the Bulls would have selected any 3 of those guys, I would have been happy. And so Modest has the chance to be a modern point forward in this league. It just comes down to how much can his shooting, he be a reliable shooter. I'm not even just talking about from 3. I just mean efficiency-wise. So, and we'll see what happens there. The Bulls team is weird. They have significantly improved their offense, yet the defense is poor enough to be a lottery team. The defense, it's not just poor. The defense is bankrupt. The defense is trash. The defense is homeless. That's what it is. It's just saying that it's poor. That's undercutting it some. They're terrible. They're terrible. But all right, y'all, we're going to get ready to wrap it up. I will be back post-game show. Make sure you guys stay in tune with us. You can follow us at Bull Central Pod. Send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2790. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago. By the way, get them fucking voicemails in. Voicemail bag day is tomorrow. Vaughn, get them voicemails in. 773-270-279. Y'all see what I did for y'all? Y'all see this new background? That was hours of my work. The least you can do is call in. Call in. Leave a voicemail. Love you guys. See you people after the game. Love you guys. Go Bulls.